Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's time once again for another installment of
News of the Square.
And we thank you very much for joining us here, episode 15. And we got some crazy news stories heading your way to help you get through your week or weekend or day or evening or whenever you may be listening. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So, okay. I guess I'll start this week.
Sure.
Because I usually hand the ball over to you. We usually start. Here, we'll start with this one. This one, we do not start with the Florida man, but it's okay, though.
No, it's okay.
This one out of Meredith.
By the way, a special thanks to our special correspondent, Scott! And
yes.
Ivan is not with us this week on the show. We wish him the best, and
I hope to have him back soon.
Ivan!
Yeah, man.
I used to be able to do the Alvin that you're going, oh, take. No. There we go. All right. Okay, what do you got, Mike?
To start off, this story is out of Meredith, California. California deputies responding to a call about a suspicious person found a man attempting to fix two flat tires with first aid supplies. Orange County Sheriff's Department said deputies found the 26-year-old working on his SUV Tuesday morning in Mission Viejo. He was apparently trying to patch up the tires using gauze and Band-Aids. Deputies arrested the man for being under the influence of drugs. His name has not been released. The Sheriff's Department later posted photos of the man's quote-unquote repair job on Facebook and thanked the citizen who alerted the deputies. This is another great example of the teamwork between our alert community and your deputies. This post reads, keep calling in suspicious activity to keep our city safe. So anytime you happen to see a man repairing a tire with Band-Aids, you call the police immediately.
So it was Band-Aids and what?
Band-Aids and gauze.
Gauze. Did it work?
Apparently not.
Okay. I wonder if that's covered under Obamacare.
Yeah, right. Under medical.
Yeah, under medical. Who knows? My favorite is like, you should call in this suspicious activity. You should film it. Then you call. Because that is YouTube crazy right there. He was on drugs. Gee, I wonder. Never would have guessed. Never would have guessed he was on drugs.
Yeah, so that happened. There was just, there was a little white, I guess, I don't know what kind of car this is, but it's like a little four-door hatchback, like a mini minivan. But there's a hole in the tire, and you can see there's like gauze behind the tread.
Nice!
We can see like the white of like your typical bandage, and there's just like packages of first aid supplies strewn about the ground in front of the tire. The man was just frantically stuffing the first aid supplies into the hole in the tire.
Here's the thing. This is the part where it's like, okay, let's figure out the logic to this, shall we? I know that there's none, but if we could, if you didn't have duct tape and you're stoned and there's no way you're going to get the tire on, the spare, okay? And your reaction was, I got these bandages and this gauze. I could see how someone might think, well, it's kind of like duct tape. You just duct tape it together. I could see it. I'm not saying you'd have to be I'm not saying that a sober person would do this, or someone who wasn't stoned out of their mind. But I'm saying that if you were a stoner and you didn't have duct tape, this makes logical sense.
And there's enough bandages, packages on the ground.
Yeah.
I'll post the story to the Squares page because you want to see the pictures. But there's Band-Aid packages all over. And if you use enough of them, it'll stick enough to hold like the 32 pounds per square inch air pressure. It makes perfect sense to anyone who's on drugs, I think.
Right. Well, and the other thing is you figure he didn't have to get far, right? Well, actually, no, they're not thinking that way. They're just thinking, this will get me moving. For all we know, he might have had to drive another 20 miles. Okay. We've logicked this out too much, haven't we? That's a mistake.
Call Pet Boys next time.
Gee, I wonder why you didn't want to do that. So.
Well, you don't have to if you have enough first aid supplies.
Yeah, really.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we can move along.
Move along.
All
right. Well, apparently, this from Huffington Post. Air mattresses go rogue after wind turns outdoor movie into night chaos. Well, that's more entertaining than watching tumbleweeds. Things got a little topsy-turvy. Apparently, this was last Saturday in Denver, when a bunch of air mattresses laid out for an outdoor movie night went sailing into a strong wind.
Was the movie night Twister?
That is a phenomenal question that I don't see an answer to yet. One of the eyewitnesses says that he and his fiance were at the pool near the park where the movie night was being set up, and he didn't think much. He didn't think much of the air mattresses until he saw the clouds roll in. Then the wind picked up. They lowered the umbrellas at the pool, and that's when the first air mattress kind of flew over the fence. That's awesome. Shortly after the inflatable mattresses broke free, the individual took out his phone and recorded the strange scene. He titled it "The Great Mattress Migration of 2019." Quickly went viral. And he wrote on the video, "So majestic." Twitter had I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just thinking about what awesome movie you would have that happen at.
Yeah. Twitter had some jokes. Who doesn't want a free range mattress? These mattresses were just over it. All they ever asked for was a little extra support. Was that so hard? The unproud majesty of the mattress migration as they sweep across the plains. Sadly, not all these mattresses will make it to the sea.
Aww.
What, were they showing Gone with the Wind? You went with Twister. That was a good call too. Maybe Sharknado. And a group of mattresses are called a slumber. Wow, that's bad. We've all been sleeping on mattresses, or they're organizing against us.
It's like the Hitchcock and the Birds. They rose up.
Yeah, they got some meme treatment to it and some stuff. So apparently Twitter went a little nuts with it. But yeah, that is kind of funny when you stop and think about it. It's like, oh, okay, we're gonna put these mattresses out here, and then wind costs. It's like
no one was funny. Sitting on the mattresses. I mean, they all just happened to.
Well, apparently they hadn't started the movie must not have started yet. They must have just placed all these out there,
right?
And then the wind picked up, and then
while a lot of people were not sitting on them,
right. Or they hadn't fully started. Like movie, it sounds like from the way that it looks on. I haven't turned on the video, but looking at the video, it's not really super dark there. So I'm thinking this was earlier in the afternoon, and they were setting up for people to start coming to watch the movie. So
people just laying out their spots and then just leaving the mattresses there as kind of like placeholders for when.
Yeah, and like at least the article is on our Squares of the Roundtable podcast page because there's a bunch of different ones with music and different stuff. Like there's one where there's the guy from Jurassic Park. You know. You get the idea. So yeah, there's some amusing ideas, but yeah, we must free. You know, it's funny. Colorado has been the state of migrations. First it was tarantulas, and now it's now apparently air mattresses. Now that would be something if the tarantulas were riding the air mattresses. Oh God, you know that's kind of frightening. I don't think I want to know about that anymore. That's bad. I don't think I want to know about that. Okay, what else you got, Mike? I'm done.
Speaking of setting them free, 6 people ranging in the age of 62 to 85 are facing sex charges after being arrested in a conversation area in Connecticut. Police say the 6 people, 5 men and an 85-year-old woman, were involved in lewd and sexual activity in the Grace Richardson Conservation Area in Fairfield earlier this month. Police say the area was being publicized on the internet as an area for people to meet and have sex. Police say they set up surveillance in the area and observed several violations. Those arrested faced charges ranging from breach of peace to public indecency. They were released on promises to appear in court.
Well,
Apparently
it's only
some
natural.
senior gangbang was going on.
That's only natural.
This
They
will
want to be
get a
all
lot
natural.
of hits on X-Hamster.
Yeah.
Gross.
Well,
Senior
now that would have been something. If there had been a whole bunch of seniors doing that, and then they had these air mattresses, and they started
Yeah,
to
the
pick
flying
up
air
off
mattresses.
with seniors on them, and they were kind of like sky surfing while they're having sex. That could have been.
And one of the mattresses hits the guy who's trying to patch a tire with first aid
Yeah,
kit.
right.
Yeah.
Right. No, absolutely.
So yeah, just don't fuck in public, please. Whether you're 85 or whatever. All right,
And if you do, you're going to do it on a flying mattress.
it's on a flying mattress.
Please.
The flying nun.
Please. Yeah. The flying senior citizen sex orgy. I'd watch for at least a minute or two. For at least a minute. The flying senior sex scene.
Just curious.
Yeah, just because it's like, so let me see if I understand this right. They're old people. They're having sex. They're on mattresses. And they're flying around in the air. Yes.
I can show you the world.
Right,
And you
yeah,
just did.
Wrong hole. No. Hello.
Next, please.
Next, please. We're going to try this one. This one's from the Nerdist. The only reason I picked this up is because it says an ultra nutrient-rich cup of noodles will sustain you for life. And all I keep thinking is, let me see if I understand this correctly. Are we really saying that ramen is life?
Ramen is sodium life.
We'll see. Okay, so solving an all-in-one food problem is one of the next holy grails of nutrition. Research as well as sci-fi space stories featuring characters who really are in need of a meal before they pass out. But besides one overhyped health food bars or Soylent shakes and others, that might be however we can think a cup of noodles. Nissin, the massive Japanese food product corporation that produces cup of noodles, has put out a new variation of their legendary instant ramen. All the nutrients your body needs, which is actually seems reasonable considering the Department of Health says an individual only needs 6 major nutrients, including carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and water. The new type of cup of noodles apparently pulls off its food stuff and engineering by packing each noodle in the instant meal with a nutrient-rich core. The core is surrounded by a tube of normal cup of noodles coating, so the texture and flavor of the noodles is promised to be the same as it ever was. Plus, thanks to these noodles losing their centers, these types of cup of noodles have 40% less carbohydrates than their normal ramen. You know what? This is stupid.
I don't want to eat the same crap every day. That's boring.
No, I don't want to eat this all the time. I like ramen. I mean,
of course, I can always eat stuff that will sustain me, but I want stuff
Yes.
that tastes good.
well, I mean, if the end of the world's coming, okay, ramen. Okay, so the end of the world's coming. We have this, and we have Twinkies.
And my bunker. I will have the
And
Twinkies,
bunker.
and I'll have the life-sustaining ramen noodles.
You know, I mean, I gotta be honest with you. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I think I can live on. I mean, well, no, because after a while, I'm gonna want steak.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want steak. I'm gonna want something or bacon. Oh my god, what am I gonna do without bacon?
Or chicken tenders.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Then it'll be something stupid like peanut butter. Where's the peanut butter? Oh jeez, no peanut butter.
Yeah, every now and then I get a hankering for a PBJ. Some days I'm just like, you know what? I just gotta have me a PBJ right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm right there with you. But yeah, I just thought that apparently now we're going to be able to sustain ourselves with ramen noodles. I thought that was kind of amusing. But yeah, not every day. No, thank you. What else you got, Mike?
Well, the day we are recording this is International Dog Day.
Yes.
So here's the story from ILoveMyDogSoMuch.com. Fisherman's dog puts Dad's RV in reverse and backs it into a lake, and he hides with guilt. Jackson shared the video on a Facebook page with the caption, "RVs float until they sink." The video shows the inside of the RV, which filled up with water, but thankfully no one got hurt. A photo shows Bodie, the dog, hanging out in the RV after the whole ordeal. I think it's safe to say that Bodie won't be backing up any more RVs in the lake for a while. And it's just a link to an... Yeah, so the dog accidentally puts the RV in reverse, and you see it floating in the river.
That's awesome.
It's on YouTube. There's a YouTube video.
That's awesome.
RV goes into lake, video using Power Stick 53, Evo, Yellow Deck, yeah, whatever. But
well, as long as we're
Poochie. And the dog's just cowering in the corner because he knows he's done something wrong. It's a little Dalmatian. Cute little pup. So,
yeah. Okay. As long as we're on that kind of a story, as we're recording, we're on International Dog Day. As long as you went to there, we'll do this one now, which is when the cast of Canada's production of Billy Elliot the Musical took their final bow at a recent show, the audience didn't make a single sound, not even a woof. The polite crowd of a dozen future service dogs attended the August performance on Ontario's Stratford Festival as part of their training. While the silent curtain call might disappoint actors, the dog's spellbound silentness is actually is a great sign for their future handlers. The event was part of a 2-year training program by Canine Country Inn working service dogs. The service dogs had toured zoos, subways, and crowded fairs to acclimate them to unfamiliar lights, sounds, rapid movements, and bustling crowds that they might encounter with their handler. So the long and short of it is, these people did a show for the dogs.
Right, they put on a movie for the dogs.
Right, and it's funny because I'm looking at the picture. They got the dogs in all the seats. It's great. It's great. You know what? That's kind of cool. What are you doing today? Yeah, I'm doing live theater. Or yeah? How many people showed up? I don't know, but 12 dogs were there. It was a woofing good time. I don't know. Yeah. So
let's all go to the lobby. Yeah. Give ourselves a treat.
Yes, indeed. I'll go back to back on this. We kind of talked a little bit about this on Squares this week. So now we're going to bring it up finally here. Miley Cyrus was fired from Hotel Transylvania, and the reason is because of a penis cake photo.
Yeah.
Or at least a penis cake. Oh, here we go. Here's the actual. I got kicked off the Hotel Transylvania for buying Liam Hemsworth penis cake for his birthday and licking it, she tweeted. The Sony animated... Oh, this isn't Disney. This is Sony.
Yeah.
The Sony animated title Hotel Transylvania after photos surfaced online of her posing with a penis-shaped birthday cake she purchased for her bed boyfriend Liam Hemsworth. I got kicked off of the Hotel Transylvania for buying Liam a penis cake for his birthday and licking it, the pop star tweeted. According to a source, Cyrus was in fact fired because of the aforementioned photos, with studio brass nervous about the starlet leading a potentially animated family film franchise shedding her Disney image. Sony did not respond for comment. Yeah.
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 It sounds like a very Miley Cyrus thing.
I gotta be honest. Has she been doing the Hotel Transylvanias?
No, she wasn't in any of them, I don't think.
She wasn't? I
thought she was in the first one, maybe? I don't know. There was another one.
Was that another one? IMDb to the rescue.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on. Let's see if we can find out anything. Her filmography. Let's try that, shall we?
See who can get it first.
Trying to see if we can...
There's Hotel Transylvania from 2012.
Oh, well, then she's been in it previously. There's your answer.
Selena Gomez was in the first one.
Okay. Oh, so maybe she took over? I don't know. I don't know. This is an example of something where I don't follow it, you don't follow it. I don't know. I'm trying to look for it. And not important. You get the point. So anyway, I was going to say, boy, this is not the right person you hire for this. But it seems like... Okay, here it is. Was cast as a teenage vampire Mavis, the daughter of Adam Sandler's Dracula. Her departure from a project...
Yeah, apparently she was going to be in the first one, but then she got fired. So, Selena Gomez is the voice of Mavis.
Yeah.
So she was gonna be Mavis, but then Sony caught wind of these pictures, and so.
Well, I mean, so
lost
here's the
a gig
amusing
that
part.
way.
Well, here's the amusing part. Is it that there were pictures out there of it, or is it just that they saw it on set?
She posted a picture, I guess, on Twitter.
Did she?
I guess
that's not the way.
Isn't that what happened?
No, that's not the way I'm understanding it.
Because Liam isn't in the film.
Right, but I'm getting the impression that photos surfaced online of her doing this while she was there. Okay. Apparently, she did not post them. Someone else did. There's your answer. Someone else posted these. Okay, so the long and short of it is it was probably something for her and her boyfriend, who ironically now is not her boyfriend. So lose out on your payday because you made a penis cake for the boyfriend you don't have anymore. And not far after this long either that you dumped him. So kind of strange. Wonder if it was because of the penis cake. Who knows? To me, I'm kind of laughing about it that she did it. At the same time, I'm kind of like, whatever. It's Miley Cyrus,
Our celebrity news of the squared.
Yeah, that's...
Take it or leave it. Either way, you get the shaft.
Yeah, well, wow. Now, Miley Cyrus on a flying mattress with Liam Helms licking a penis cake and I don't know. Well, we were going to go somewhere. I don't know. What else you got, Mike?
This story out of CBS New York. Out of Middletown, New Jersey, 3 women accused of stealing a stroller from a baby supply store had to turn back around after forgetting the baby. And police say the mistake ultimately helped them track the 2 of the 3 down. The store, called Bambi Baby in Middletown, has been in the Ortega family for decades now, so the owners said they've seen the fair share of shoplifters, but last Friday afternoon's incident was a little more bizarre than usual. 3 shoplifters are seen on surveillance video walking through the doors with their children. One of the women then attempts to collapse the stroller for a few minutes before finally doing so. She then takes it out of the store but leaves behind perhaps the most precious belonging, the children she came with. She's stealing the stroller, but she forgot her key.
Oh, boy.
Ortega said almost 6 minutes went by before one of the accomplices finally came back for the kid. We haven't had any issues here at this store, the store manager said. But I was devastated that someone would leave their child in a store to worry more about stealing a stroller. The strollers can be pretty pricey, though. Ortega said the stroller next to the one was worth $1,000. The stolen one only cost $300. He speculated the woman caught on camera taking the stroller may have chosen a collapsible one so she could bring it on an airplane. In case she's a flight risk from the judge. Police were able to track down 2 of the 3 women. If you have any information on the 3rd, there's a number here you can call. The manager said the store will be adding additional security cameras in the future and is even considering putting sensors on products. Yeah, like they've had those theft deterrent devices all the time on lots of stuff in stores.
Yeah, no.
And these strollers can be they can cost up to $1,000. But
what state is this in?
This was in New Jersey.
Oh, I was going to say there's wow, because it's like, great, I got the stroller. Now I can wait. I feel like
I'm forgetting something.
I feel like I'm forgetting something. What did I forget?
Oh yeah, the child. I was going to put this in. The one that I've been growing in my body for all these months, and then all of a sudden I need a stroller for it?
Yeah, really, no joke. Oh, my God.
I wonder if at some point she was all like, well, free stroller.
Seriously. At some point it's like, now, how do I go back in there and go get the kid when I have the stroller?
Let's be like, this is so embarrassing. I'm here for a friend who is anonymous. And don't mind this paper bag that I'm wearing over my head.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for a child that might have been left here by somebody.
Yeah, could you wonder if you could have pawned that off on a relative to be like, hey, can you go pick up my child at the mall? It's a long story. Could you just get him for me?
Yeah, I kind of left it there about 5 minutes ago.
Can you go? Thanks, I appreciate it.
No.
Yeah. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go get on a flight to Canada.
Yeah. At least I can put this in the upper head compartment, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I now have a stroller that I can sell on eBay or something. I don't know. So, yeah. Let's see. Well, we kind of talked about this on Squares of the Roundtable podcast the other day, but it's still kind of news of the Squared, which is that the new owner of Death Row Records is our buddies over at Hasbro.
Yay! They made Mr. Potato Head.
The Power Rangers, My Little Pony,
G.I. Joe, Transformers,
G.I. Joe, Dungeons and Dragons,
famous board games like Monopoly. And
yeah, we kind of hit this one a little bit already, which is we talked about Who Shot Tupac Clue. We feel that that's a good idea. That could be interesting. And then, so now that I have, this is from Rolling Stone. So how exactly, Entertainment One also has a music division, which happens to be one of the biggest independent labels in the industry. So it acquired the catalog of Death Row back in 2013, which had previously forced to declare bankruptcy in 2006. Well, that's interesting. If it declared bankruptcy in 2006, Dr. Dre had a lot of money. How come he didn't just buy it? Why didn't Snoop and Dre buy this? This is strange.
Maybe they're in on a joke.
Maybe. Maybe they're like, hey, you know what would be funny? What if Mr. Potato Head bought our shit? You know what? That's exactly what happened.
He almost made me spit my drink.
You know what? Snoop and him were taking a hit on some seriously great weed. You know whose weed they're on? They're using Mike Tyson's weed.
Yeah, that's special weed that Iron Mike's been on.
And he's using, and they're sitting around with Mike, and he's like, if you guys would be funny, you guys that Mr. Potato Head own your shit. and Snoop's like, oh, for shizzle, hizzle, my bizzle with my potato mizzle. I don't know. I'm just making that up.
Is that? Yeah, that is how the Snoop Dogg communicates.
Right.
Every other
Potato
sentence
izzle?
has to have izzle in it.
Mr. My potato izzle bizzle, shizzle my bizzle, wrap her around in my fried up with like a whizzle. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure that's kind of how it went. There is a statement from Hasbro. The acquisition of E1 adds beloved story-led global family brands that will deliver strong operating returns to the Hasbro portfolio and provides a pipeline of new brand creation driven by family-oriented storytelling. What? Clearly, he does not understand he owns Death Row. What family-excited storytelling are you talking about? The story of Compton? Oh my God!
Straight out of Compton, the board game.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Monopoly, the Compton version. Now we're talking.
Straight out of Compton, Monopoly.
There we go. There. Now you know what? People would buy that. I'd buy that. especially if like all the figures were like Eazy-E and like Dre and Ice Cube. That would be cool. That would be good. I'd be all over that. I'd buy that. Mr. Potato Head and Power Rangers did not respond in comment. I can't believe it. Family-led brands, family-oriented storytelling. They're selling it. They have to be selling that part of it. You know what the funny part is? They're not going to, because there's a lot of money that they're taking in with that stuff. Because that's like some of those popular music on the planet.
Right. The residuals from those.
All right. You're not going to sell that library. Are you crazy? No. Well, unless somebody really came over and gave you a really good deal, but that's funny. I want to see Peppa Pig doing her thing. Nothing but a G thing, baby. Peppa Pig rolling up like crazy. I don't know. Yes. So, good Lord. All right, what else you got?
This one out of Kansas City, Missouri. It's the stuff nightmares are made of.
Oh, uh-oh.
Imagine waking up to find a poisonous spider in your ear.
Oh, okay. I'll scratch that story for later. Okay. That's on the Squares page, too. Got it.
What happened to one woman in Kansas City? I woke up Tuesday morning hearing a bunch of swooshing and water in my left ear, Susie Torres told KSHB-TV. So Torres went to a clinic in the Northland where a medical assistant first checked her out. Ran out and said, I'm going to go get a couple more people, and said, I think you have an insect in there. And I didn't panic because I didn't know exactly what it was until she came back and told me it was a spider. They had a few tools and worked their magic and got it out, said Torres. Once it was out, Torres surprisingly had a few questions about her 8-legged guest. Just why, where, what, and how. I never thought that they would crawl in your ear or any part of your body. Now, that's when doctors told Torres it was a brown recluse, a venomous spider. She said she looked and I looked okay and that I was lucky that I didn't get bitten by this recluse. Now, Torres says she is taking some extra precautions when she goes to bed at night. I went and put some cotton balls in my ear last night because I did not have any earplugs. I'm pretty terrified of spiders, she said. Bites from brown recluse spiders can result in fever, chills, increased sweating, nausea, and headaches, and of course, possibly death. So she's lucky didn't get bit. But, wow, that's not something I would be very fond of either.
Not the fond of.
I had to kill a couple of spiders in the house the other day.
It's not the fond of.
No, not the fond of the spiders getting in your ear. That's very nasty. No. When you're on the set of Hotel nasty. Transylvania and you want to be a scary spider, but then Miley Cyrus comes along with the penis cake. I'm like,
hello.
No, that's not a scary.
Yeah, really. Yeah, nope. and then you try to patch it up with the gauze and the bandages.
Yeah. She used some of the bandages from the guy from his spare tire.
From the tire, absolutely. And then, from there, you play some death row music because it's good family storytelling.
It's fun family game night. You're playing Scrabble.
Yeah.
And spelling out shizzle. And
yeah.
I don't think you can unless you use the blank tile because there's only one Z in Scrabble, I think.
Is there? Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What you got next?
It's funny. After that, because I had that story, but now you did it, so I only have like 2 left. Hey, guess what? It's time for Squares on Sports. I know, we need like a graphic now.
Yeah, I need like a little music theme.
Spanish bullfire let me try that again. Spanish bullfire gored in crotch.
Oh, God.
This is from TMZ.
Just when you thought the puns couldn't get any worse.
So we have this story as well. He got gored in the crotch, and this is just. If I was here, the laugh would be high.
Yes.
Yeah, the two of us are like, it's funny, but I mean, there's a picture. The guy's face is just awesome. Like he has that look, like his eye, like
there's a still shot of the horn as it's. Oh my God!
Oh yes, there is. Oh yes, there is. It's on the Squares page.
Oh,
in fairness, he deserves it because there's a big, huge honking like spear in this thing, and it looks a little bloody. And you know what? Serves him right. You spear me, I spear you, buddy.
So is he wearing like the bullfighting trainee paper hat instead of the normal black one? Obviously, it's his first day on the job.
No, we haven't gotten that far. I don't know. All I know is he's wearing the whole little outfit. It's like this like gold little outfit, and then he's wearing what looks like these spandex-looking pants. And I'm telling you, he nails them straight in the spot. You can tell because the look on this guy's face is like, uh-oh.
I did a bad thing.
Here's the story. When you mess with the bull, you get the horns right in the balls. That's the lesson. Apparently decorated matador Paco Urena. Urena. I assume it's Urena. Learned when he stepped into a Vista Alegre bullfighting arena this week at the Semana Grand Fair in Bilbao, Spain, where he ended up with a crotch full of horn. Olé!
Ouch.
Unclear how badly Urena was injured in the incident, but it seems like his man juck survived because there are photos showing Paco proudly showing off the bull's ears and as trophies. Ooh, that's kind of nasty. As you know, bulls are mercilessly tortured and killed during the fights. As you can see, Urena was wielding a sword during the fight with the intention of stabbing the bull through the heart so it could die fast. But it rarely happens because the bull doesn't want to die. So what ended up happening is a bloody, painful, torturous exhibition and in front of thousands of screaming, bloody, thirsty fans. But hey, tradition, right. That's TMZ making the comment. But I will say, it serves him right. It serves him right for getting Gordon and Nads who tried to kill him. You know what? I don't care if you're decorated or not. You got new decorations. Blue and balls. And it's blue. They're blue balls.
Well, he got his revenge, though. So.
I'm telling you right now. You got to look at this picture, Mike. Can you get on real fast and look at this thing? This is awesome.
I don't know if I want to.
He's like, he has this look on his face like, I mean, look on his face. I mean, his eyes are popping out of his head, but his like mouth is like in a weird position. And he looks like, it's just awesome. It's just awesome.
There it is.
Mr. Bull.
Yeah, he's like, well then, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, and look at where the horn is. Nails it. Just nails the spot
it's
entirely.
Like right. Ooh, yeah, that looks like it's right. Yeah.
You spear me, I spear you.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, seriously.
Well,
he tried to kill him, so yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm good with this. You don't get to reproduce. You try to kill bulls like this. But the look on his face is classic. It's like, oh, uh-oh. I think he pierces the thing, too. Like the pants. I think he pierces the pants with this. That's bad.
The matador.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? I gotta be... Yeah. I'm with the bull. I'm with the bull in this cock and bull story. So, all right. What else? You got anything else? Because I only got one more left.
I think you can close it out this week. I got one more about a worm and a New York fish got a Costco. I'm like, whatever. It's like a 9-second story. I just summed it up. So.
Yeah. I love sometimes those stories are just like, no, there's not much here. 40-person brawl at Raging Waters started over a beach towel.
Now, you've been to a water park lately?
Not lately.
Yeah.
Not lately.
I went to the Kalahari a few years ago, and that was fun. I had fun. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it can get awkward. And, of course, the place provides bunches of towels. I mean, they have, like, bins and bins of towels. But if you run out of towels, yeah, you're going to have a problem because people don't like to be wet.
So this happened in Sacramento, California.
Okay.
So did we have any Florida man stories this week?
We had Florida man.
Did we?
Yeah, I did.
We need to have like a sounder when we do a Florida Man thing, like a
Florida Man. Fan.
Yeah,
Like an
yeah,
air
something
horn.
like that. Yeah. So anyway, Raging Waters was shut down early on a specific early Sunday afternoon after a large fight that started over a beach towel. They nearly killed a man. 40-person brawl began around 3:30 p.m. local time by the Lazy River picnic area after a disagreement between two women over who took whose beach towel. Christopher Neves, a 35-year-old Modesto resident, tried to break up the fight, but was attacked by 3 other people who jumped in. The fight grew to about 40 participants, with a smaller group trading blows and the rest exchanging insults. Officers arrived and found Nevins without a pulse or a heartbeat for an unknown period of time. CPR was administered on the scene, and his heart returned before he was carried out on a gurney. Officers called the Sacramento Cal Expo. Officers called the Sacramento Police, park rangers to assist, fearing that the fight would resume later. He said that they closed the park because of the brawl. The guests were cleared out of the park, not the way officials would clear during the evacuation. There was a slightly larger amount of officers. No arrests made, but people involved in the fight were identified, photographed, and released. They feel that they have enough evidence to press criminal charges against the combatants, and that the district attorney will have to support prosecution from arrests being made.
So how's that a great story for a near-death experience?
Yeah, well, and of course, alcohol was a factor in the leading of this fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Nevins does remain in intensive care. Now there's the thing. What is the moral of this story? Don't get involved and try to break up the fight. I guess over a towel.
It all started with a towel.
Yeah, and all he tried to do is, and the worst part is, he's trying to break up the fight. He's not even trying to start the fight, and 3 other people jumped him. Damn. Holy cow. Yeah.
Now, everyone, just calm down. There's plenty.
Yeah. No!
And 5 minutes later, he's not breathing.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, seriously. No lie there. I mean, it's like, this story took a wacky turn. I hope maybe you should have one more, because that was not nearly as funny as we thought it would be.
No more flying mattresses, no more spiders in ears, no more first aid kits.
Let me see if I can find something real fast that might be funny, because God knows that story's probably not what we should.
It's okay. Nobody died over the beach towel.
Nobody died. Yay! Let's see if we can find some stuff. God knows.
Do we have any sex robot news?
I thought you said you had sex robot news.
Let me
Scott
find
say
it.
he had some?
Let me find it.
Did we not do this guy? The Oh, here we go. Oh, this is, well, no, maybe not. This seems like a good story. Let's try this. Start looking around for that, but in the meantime, maybe this will work. Okay? Maybe this will work. This again from the Huffington Post Weird News section. Eating cheeseburgers may give crows high cholesterol. Study. They did a study. Burger-eating birds had better body conditions than crows in rural areas, researchers said, but the long-term effects of fast food diet are unknown. Pizza rat, taco squirrel, and of course bagel pigeon have some competition on the urban animal food landscape. Cheeseburger crow. All of these fast food scraps that city crows are eating may be increasing their cholesterol levels, according to a new study published in the bird journal The Condor. Ornithological applications. Okay, let's just start right there. Really? Somebody's getting... Mike, we are in a wrong business.
You telling me?
Somebody's getting paid to do a study to see if how fast food affects the cholesterol of crows.
Heckle and Jekyll.
Seriously.
Better have to take that Lipitor.
Researchers came to the conclusion after comparing cholesterol levels of 140 crows nesting in rural, suburban, and urban areas near Davis, California, as well as the birds' body mass, fat reserves. What do? They take the birds and start measuring them like, what is this, like the Biggest Loser for birds? Oh my God. Okay, turns out that an urban bird has a higher blood cholesterol level. Gee, I wonder. Researchers then decided to see if cholesterol levels were higher in birds with ready access to fast food, the type of diet known to raise levels in humans. And to do that, they left a feast up to 100 McDonald's cheeseburgers at a time near crow nestings in rural Clinton, New York. So, wait, they got a free trip to New York.
Nice.
To basically to try to poison rural crows. The burgers went over big with the birds. Some gobble as many as 3 a day. Other adult crows would bring home burgers to their nestlings or store them for later. According to National Geographic.com, the burger-eating birds did have higher cholesterol levels than the crows that didn't eat the Mickey D's. Found no correlation with survival. So, Mickey D's is okay that way. They did a study. There are a lot of people involved in this study.
Yeah. Good on them. They did the studying for crows.
I'm serious. Somebody got paid to watch crows, to measure crows and watch them eat fast food. I need jobs like this.
No, you need a job like expert, in quotation mark, on sex robots, who has warned that a coding error could turn your robotic girlfriend into a killer, strangling you in the act. Banger works with sex robot manufacturers Realbotics and Abyss, where he warned, quote, "I didn't quite believe this story when I first read it, so I slid into the world of this."
Stop. His name is what again?
Brick Dollbanger, and yes, that is his real name.
Dollbanger.
Brick Dollbanger.
That's not a real name. That's a porn name, right?
He made up. Obviously, he had his name changed, I think. I don't think that's his given name at birth.
Oh, this is the guy we talked about.
Yeah,
he's been on our show. He's been part of the
He's been on our show.
Well, not
actually a guest, but
as a guest, but yeah.
But he comes with a warning, a single warning. One line of bad code, as simple as that. One line. You make one mistake and you have a line of bad code, and there it hits that line of bad code, depending on where it's doing, what it's doing, or who it's doing, or where it's in numerous other instances. It could decide this is what it's supposed to do. It could kill you.
Assassins, killer, sex robots.
Where they could hack in, like if they have like a stored memory in the cloud, and if they access it through the internet, they'll know when it's, doing something with somebody. And then somebody could just say, well, I guess it's time for him to die. And the sex robot will be an instrument of their death.
Death.
But what a way to go. And speaking of going, I think that's about our cue to get out of here.
Yeah, because I had a lot of other comments on that one, but okay.
Yeah.
I have a lot of other things that can be said.
I'll go ahead and say it if you want.
Well,
it goes without saying.
Because we're near the end of we are near the end, and maybe we'll bring this one back. You know what we should do at some point? We should have a best of the news of the squared.
Maybe we'll do that for end of the year.
Find some of our best or worst.
Maybe we do a 2019 wrap up for news of the squared.
Yeah. No, then we got to figure out which ones were the best of the best or the worst of the worst. But yeah, Brick Dollbanger, huh? The return of Brick Dollbanger. You know what? We need to send Brick Dollbanger. See, we need to do things like have Brick Dollbanger hang out with Mike Tyson so he can smoke 40K worth of weed, and then have him go to Diggerland and pound and like take the killer sex robots and like swat them with like construction stuff.
Smash a car, or drive a tank, or something.
Yeah, absolutely. So if people want to give us stories besides Scott,
shout out to Scott.
How do they do that? Yeah, how do we do that?
We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube. Click the bell, subscribe. We appreciate it. We're on, of course, the Facebook page, Squares of the Round Table. Shout out to Ivan. Hope we'll have you back next week. We miss you, buddy.
Ivan.
Take care.
Ivan. Oh, Mom.
And we're on email at sotrtpodcast@gmail.com.
Well, that's going to do it for this week. Thanks again for listening to News of the Squared, and for the guy who got gored on a bull, and Brick Dollbanger, and the people who fill tires with gauze and bandages, and
flying
all
mattresses,
the other, and the Florida man, you know,
flying,
we appreciate,
Miley Cyrus penis cakes, and
we appreciate you. I'm Jeff Stein, and with me is Mike Boyle.
Hey,
have a great week, everybody.